Of course, this vehicle, when you accelerate, you're not going to get your doors blown off. You're not going to be, woo, but if I could just imagine my family in here going on a cross-country road trip, I feel like this vehicle gets the job done very well. Like, there's plenty of space inside here, and they could ride comfortably with luxury. This right here is Earnhardt Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram out here in Gilbert, Arizona. But when you come here, you see all these different lineup, and today we're here to see the Jeep Wagoneer. The Jeep Wagoneer is like the Grand Cherokee, but bigger. If you can imagine the limitations of the Grand Cherokee being a 2-row, 5-seater vehicle with a decent amount of space in the back for storage as well as space on the roof, this takes that to the next level, because yes, there is a 3-row available. It's limited as far as the extra elbow room, you know, the extra knee room, you know. That's why a lot of people like vehicles like, for GM as example, say a Tahoe or a Suburban. The Jeep Wagoneer retains that swaggish style that you get from the Jeep Grand Cherokee, but takes it to a 3-row big size, so you can get the whole family, the big boys, the teenagers, you know, with all their soccer bags and all that good stuff, and still be able to roll up in premium luxury. I'm gonna test out the cold start on the Jeep Wagoneer. Pre-start button. Has the kind of tone you would expect from a large SUV, but the thing I like about it, the tone doesn't sound chattering. It sounds smooth, and it doesn't sound loud. Like, it sounds very satisfying. All right. Off of first impressions, when you first get in the car, you just notice how clean this is. Like, talk about luxury. I've been in the new G-Wagon. I've been in top BMWs. I've seen, man, McLarens, Lamborghini. This interior is on par with Lamborghini. Like, I'd say, like, it's at that level of type of, as far as interior. One may start to speculate if the interior of something like this may be better than a Lamborghini, especially at this price point. $111,000. When some people, they hear $100,000, they think like man, that's a lot, and in some standards it is. But for the amount of vehicle that you get with this right here, it's something else. I'm gonna let you see a better look at a lot of these interior details. When you talk about interior luxury, Jeep has it figured out. Man, this is nice. Wow, it's got like a night vision feature. I'm not sure why it's on during the day, but it's on. I gotta make one thing definitely clear about this car. The inside of here is decked out in real wood. Like, when you first open the door, like, for the cost of this car, I think I probably would rather have something like a Dodge or a Jeep opposed to like a BMW, Mercedes, or even Audi. It's so clean. Like, the interior of this car is, dare I say, redonkulous, right? Going back to that day when people used to say redonkulous. It has a sturdy knob for shifting gears and a very clear camera. You get enough right off the line acceleration. And hold on, I gotta show you this right now. Do you see this right here? This right here. Are you seeing the screen right here? This is ridiculous. All right, so let's get going. I'm gonna take this car around the corner so we can get a better look. Oh man, I gotta be completely honest. When you compare this car to a lot of other cars that I've been in, I mean, like G-Wagon, RS7, those are like top luxury cars. Like, especially like when you think about something like even like a Maybach, Mercedes Maybach, or just a BMW M3 Competition. You know, granted, some of those are kind of performance cars, but they still are based in luxury. This is a Jeep Wagoneer Series 3. That's the top of the line, 4x4, top of the tip. This is the top of the tip 4x4 vehicle. And I gotta say, Jeep is looking more and more like a luxury vehicle than expected. Check this out. First off, when you open the door, the side step right there pops out. I stand on it and it feels nice and sturdy. I'm about 170 pounds. Stepping up and off the vehicle with this. It feels sturdy. It doesn't feel like it's loose. It doesn't feel like it's something I shouldn't be standing on. It feels like it's built properly. And you definitely get that as like a first impression, even just stepping in the vehicle. I'm surprised Jeep is still not classified as a luxury brand, because the Jeep Wrangler, I've driven those plenty of times, like Jeep Gladiator. I love the Jeep Gladiator, and the interior of those is like, it's no joke. Like, I love the build quality of the whole Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler, and Ram. You know, Ram TRX did a video of that, and the interior of that was nice too. But this Jeep Wagoneer has just got my head scratching because it's only $111,000. Man, now some of you may think, oh, $111,000, is it really worth all that? Like, $111,000, I better be getting a lot of vehicle. Well, I've seen a lot of other vehicles that cost $111,000, or actually more than $111,000, and you don't get nowhere near as much stuff as what comes in this. There we go, automatic open. So you go back here, plenty of space, electronically assisted right here. Electronic assist opens it up by itself. You can hold to set the height. Now this vehicle, much similar to a Cadillac Escalade, you can bring the seats forward. So you got the right seats and the left seats. I'm gonna do these seats right here. 3R. There it is. It actually goes down pretty slow and controlled. I expected it to just flop forward. If I'm not mistaken, Escalade is just kind of just versus this is a lot more controlled. There we go. So the front two just pop forward, and then now I have room to move the third row down, and the third row actually goes down pretty controlled. Doing both at the same time. Wow, perfect. And look at all these plugs you can see back here. Third row has plugs over here, as well as they got plugs on the other side as well. USB-C, regular USB. You can even bring your seat forward or back here in the back seat. But I want to show you something cool about closing the back. There's a button right here on the key. So you just tap this right here 2 times. There we go. Big bold letters, Grand Wagoneer. I like the way it looks. And as you see right here, Series 3. Go look in the back seat and see what's going on in here. Wow. First thing you see is this right here, sunshade. But something I love about this vehicle, it's like, this is like the realest looking wood I've ever seen in a vehicle. Like, this is top notch right here. And I've seen a lot of vehicles. For this being a Jeep, like it being not actually as a luxury vehicle, they just make them nice. This little button right here, you can push for the seats to go up and down. You see right there. I'm gonna hop in this back seat and see how much space you actually get. All right, before I hop in, I just want to point out one more detail. This right here, sunscreen. So on top of your tinted windows, if you're worried about anybody seeing inside, just pop this up and you get additional UV protection. All right, until you decide to get the full blackout limo tint, you got this built right into the door. Even climbing over this, there's still plenty of space for me to get over what I need to get over. But even the back seat is very nice. You got a good amount of space back here. And something I gotta point out about these back seats, have like, this is like performance car type of seats that you would get. Like, not the bolstering, but like the stitching on here. The stitching on here is something resemblant to what I found on like high-end cars. Like, this is like the seats in like the RS6 and the RS7. They look kind of like this. Like, this is what you would expect in like a Lamborghini, or like just something that would be a performance car, or more something that's considered more luxury car, you know, like a BMW or Mercedes. Usually in vehicles that have this kind of stitching, they might be generous enough to put it in the back seat. Sometimes. Usually that stitching only goes on the front seats. Jeep Wagoneer has extended it all the way to the third row. And it's nice too. Like, it feels nice and resistant. It's kind of bouncy. It's got like a little bouncy, springy feel to it. It's nice. Also, I want to point out that this comes with a manual like sunroof in the back seat for the back passenger. So without even needing to use a button. You can just pull it and push it as slow or as fast as you want to. You know, more than likely it's going to be a kid. Won't even have to ask permission. Just look at this. Look at this stitching. This beautiful stitching with this off-white and the brown going around it. Man. Oh wow. This is what I mean when I say that this vehicle is like a big Grand Cherokee. If you've ever been in the Grand Cherokee, the back seats, when they tilt back kind of like a recliner in a sense, to where it's not just your back that's moving, your butt is pivoting backwards as well. So it's like it's all one piece. So it's like, so they put that same mechanism into this vehicle right here. So where your butt and your back is adjusting at the same time. This one is optioned with the armrest here in the middle. So let's check this out. Opening this up, plenty of space inside here. Oh, this also is like wood as well. Wow, it's beautiful. And you can see it's definitely, this is real wood. You can see the different individual grains. Beautiful though. Now this climate control looks actually pretty cool. Like this is a nice clear screen. You don't really see screens in the back seat very often at all. Like there's one in the front, and the front seat one is pretty much exactly the same as the back seat one. Like as far as size, visibility, clarity, brightness, they both look like HD screens. Like this looks like a Nintendo Switch screen, but better. Responsiveness is awesome. That's amazing right here. Heated and cooled seats in the back seat of the Jeep Wagoneer, as well as you get additional power sources, USB and USB-C right here for charging, as well as it looks like there's an actual plug. There is an actual plug in here. So I've been in the G-Wagon, RS7. They didn't have screens like this in the back. The only vehicle I've been in recently that had a screen, like a whole HD screen in the back, was the new Tesla Model S. A lot of other cars don't got the screen in the back. And again, it's got these dope seats. Like, man, like every time you see them, it's like man, that's a nice seat right there. You got eagle eye here. See what the rest of this car has to offer. I'm gonna hop in the front seat, but in the passenger side here, wow, look at this sucker. This is amazing. Grand Wagoneer. I like this. Like this is real wood right here, and you can see like the depth in it. Like this is nice. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. The inside of this car is so beautiful. I can't believe this. I mean, I believe it because I'm seeing it. But the buttons here on the side are touch, and they're illuminated right here, as well as you got manual seat adjusting buttons here on the side. Wow, a lot of adjustability. Even got adjustable headrests. There's some very important things I gotta point out about the interior of this vehicle. First off, look at the clarity of everything that's surrounding in here. The screen, this is a full map of my interior of where I'm going, and it's pretty damn responsive. Like this feels good. Zoom in, out, it's not complex. I remember I've tried using some of their, besides Tesla is probably the easiest one, but like as far as like something simple, like treating one of these GPS screens in a car like the same way you would do your phone, like, you know, when you do like the pinch and I don't know what it's called, pinch and spread, I'm not sure, but I know some of the other cars, like it was finicky. You try to do that and it would mess the whole thing up. Like it was just difficult trying to navigate yourself around. Like this looks similar to like a phone. This looks like my iPhone. Like boom. I love how simple everything is. Everything is laid out nicely. You see these buttons right here? Everything in here isn't just completely just touch buttons. You know, you got some touch buttons, but you also got some normal buttons. Up, down. It just gives you another sense to use when navigating through this vehicle. I'm going to show you a couple of the specs of this vehicle right here. Hurricane twin turbo 510. Now the Hurricane is the replacement to the Hemi. So it comes with a 8-speed automatic transmission. So we're going to find out if this is actually worth the price tag. So far, it's looking like a yes. Up here, there's a lot of extra different little features. Let's see what that does. Wow, the screen actually goes away. That was pretty cool. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't know that did that. I just saw that and I wasn't sure how it was gonna work, but little inlet, USB and USB-C, two of them, and auxiliary, and HDMI. Look at that for passengers. So anyone who's wondering what this screen is for, I'm pretty sure if you've got yourself a PlayStation 5, don't forget there's a plug back here as well as HDMI cord. So, and it's a Jeep Wagoneer, it can handle pretty much whatever you want to throw at it. That's cool. Take James Bond screen to the next level. Then this button right here is turn this side screen on right here. So you got multiple access points right here. Connect HDMI cable. You can do screen off, headphone manage. Very cool. Turn that back off. And then tow haul, parking, traction control, auto hold, auto start, mute button, and then you got different modes right here. This is nice right here. I think I'm gonna test some of this stuff out during a quick test drive around the block. And then also this has adjustable ride height. Put it all the way down and see how low it really goes. We're gonna step aside and show you what that looks like from the outside. Oh, this is what it looks like all the way down. I can fit just about a whole hand in there, knuckle to knuckle, right there. And then the front, it looks like I can do about 3 fingers here in the front. I'm gonna go all the way up. Okay, I set it to the highest setting. I'm gonna see if I can see it. You see it raising up there? The front's still raising up. So 3. Wow. The front is past the whole hand where the back was at. The front is way past that. And then the back is like, man, it's like, look at the difference there. Definitely actually raised up. This vehicle is blowing my expectations away. The next question is it worth it? Like, man, for 100K for this vehicle, brand new 2023 3-row Jeep Wagoneer with this kind of interior, and like it's got Macintosh stereo system, and just the most luxurious wood interior. Like, oh my gosh, this inside here, it cools down. It's actually, wow, refrigerator. This is not even on, and this thing right here is freezing cold. Inside here is freezing. Wow, that's actually a real refrigerator inside here. That's nice. Last vehicle I saw that on was the Cadillac Escalade V. It's got just so much with this vehicle. It's truly a beautiful vehicle. Alcantara headliner right here is a retractable sunscreen. So I'm gonna open the sunscreen first. And then now the glass can open. In traditional standard, of course, only the front glass opens. It's the same thing across every platform, from this all the way up to like the G-Wagon. Like any car that I've ever seen that has the 2 sunroofs right here in the front, and then maybe something else in the back, it's always the same thing. Only the front one goes back. I can't wait till the day where we reach where the whole thing can slide open, you know? Or like maybe 1 and 2. So then the back one can be open, or the front one can be open. Whew, it's getting hot. I'm gonna close this sucker up. Assist, SOS, other little features, as well as a trunk opening right there. Last thing you gotta do is actually just drive the vehicle around a little bit, test out a couple of the modes a little bit, see if I notice anything, any difference really. Well, I'm not in rock, sand, snow, or anything like that, so I wouldn't really be experiencing that, but I can try sport mode, see if I notice anything difference with that. I love this shifter right here. I love this. So it's probably one of the dopest things about this car right here. It's this whole center stage right here. This whole center stage, everything you got going on here. You got infrared vision right here, so you can see night vision. I can see what's out here. You see it from a totally different perspective right there. And the way that the start stop button is right here, it's just, it looks so fighter pilot / performance-y. And then the steering wheel, it's got a nice layout. I love this Jeep Grand Wagoneer. Look at the steering wheel. It's got real wood on here. It's a pretty car. Like, this is really, really beautiful interior. The side here where the speakers are lights up. So much adjustability with the seats, and then as well as the Macintosh surround sound stereo speaker system. And when you're shifting gears, something I love. This is the coolest thing for me, I think. So let's get on the road then. The ride height, wow. First off, right off the bat, the acceleration is smooth. This is that new Hurricane motor. Hurricane motor was the replacement of the Hemi, and it's got smooth power. I can tell right away. If you want a sports car, go to the sports car section. This is more like a big family vehicle, you could say. As I'm driving around, I notice that the infrared light stays on. So it's like it's there for your viewing like the whole time. Night vision. I'm sure you can change it though. And as I'm going through this slightly bendy and windy road, It's easy to navigate. I'm passing an older Tahoe right now, or one just passed me, and I feel like I can see over the vehicle. I can see the top of the vehicle. I'm gonna try to bring this to its top height position, bring this vehicle up while we drive, and I feel myself growing. I can feel myself getting higher and higher above the vehicle that are over here. Just getting up on the acceleration modestly, and it accelerates the way that you would expect it to accelerate. I mean, it's a pretty big vehicle. It's not a Dodge Challenger or Charger, and it's not a Jeep Wrangler. This is a big vehicle. I just put it in sports mode. I'm gonna slow down a little bit, try to test acceleration a little bit off the jump, see if I notice any difference. So, of course, this vehicle, when you accelerate, you're not gonna get your doors blown off. You're not gonna be, woo! This is not that kind of car. This isn't a Camaro. So it's not gonna be accelerating real tail happy. It's not gonna be really zippy or anything like that. But if I could just imagine my family in here going on a cross-country road trip, I feel like this vehicle gets the job done very well. Like, there's plenty of space inside here, and they could ride comfortably with luxury. Like, I have a top-notch stereo system which sounds supreme. Very nice surround sound feeling in here, as well as when I'm driving, it feels silent. Almost feel like I'm in like an office. I don't really hear much road noise or anything. It just feels like I'm just driving, enjoying this nice luxurious vehicle. Has no problem doing turns. Very good turning radius. It makes me proud to be in this vehicle. It's got very nice acceleration, and it drives smoothly. It does everything you expect it to do, and then some. I gotta be honest, even though this is a full-size vehicle, it doesn't feel hard to drive at all. Like, I'm completely used to it already. Like, if you can drive a Jeep Gladiator, you can drive this. It's not hard to drive at all. And in fact, it feels quite nimble for its size. This being a completely full-size vehicle, feels very nimble. And in sports mode, you retain that RPM just a little bit longer than you would in normal mode, so you can really express that power. And if especially when you're loaded up full of bags full of stuff for kids and stuff like that, with a soccer team, football team, you need your power. You don't want all your weight to slow you down so you can't go. So with all this power that this vehicle comes with, you can still do that. And it's maneuverable, light. You can adjust the height to go up and down. I gotta say, with the height adjustment, I raised it up a little bit. I didn't really notice any difference in ride quality, because it still feels like a pretty big vehicle, but at the same time, I don't notice any compromise when you change anything. So I have nothing but good things to say about this vehicle. And if you're interested in this vehicle, I suggest you go down to Earnhardt, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, because they got so many vehicles up there. They've got a huge selection of vehicles. And I just want to say thank you to them for letting me do this video. This thing is so clear. Do you see my car right there? My car is right there in front of me, and you can see it right there. Now, this is Slay Edge Media. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe, because clearly, if you can see the whole lot, we got a lot more videos to do. So if you enjoyed the video, please give the video a like and subscribe, because I got a lot more content coming up. As well as leave a comment if there's a certain vehicle that you want me to do a video of. If I can get my hands on it, I'll get my hands on it. I can't help it if the vehicle's already sold though, all right? So catch you guys in the next one. Peace.